It's going to come any second now. I hit the go. Oh, hey, everybody. We're live.
Welcome
to the Lost Dollar Business Club. And before we start entering, here's what happens.
This is 2OF Entertainment.
Welcome to the Lost Dollar Business Club, where we talk about business, and not just business. We talk about what makes businesses go up and what makes businesses go down. If you're interested in businesses, this is where it is. We talk about the global economy. We talk about global politics. We talk about everything and anything business related that affects your life on a global scale as well as a local scale. And don't miss after the show, Lost and Found.
All right, kids, we are live. Welcome to the show. We're back after a
We
long
are
hiatus,
live.
and we're catching up and letting everybody know what's going on. So there you go. So where do you want to start, kids? The fans haven't seen us in a while.
It's been a long time. So yeah, it's good to see you guys. I know Steven's in, great locations. David's still in the office, and me at my parents for Thanksgiving. So we've got happy post Thanksgiving to all those who celebrate that in the good old US of A.
Yeah.
Happy
I'm never quite sure
Thanksgiving
what the Thanksgiving is about. What are you thankful for? That you got rid of the Brits?
We got rid of the Brits. Yeah.
Yeah, we got rid of the Brits, and
yeah.
we're happy for the Asian hookers, David. That's what we're happy.
Well, we know why you got rid of the Brits, because we don't have any personality, it would seem. So,
I said that somewhat tongue in cheek there.
He's not going to let it go.
I know. I'm going to be listening to this now for the next 20 years about how he has no personality. We were saying before the show, someone was talking about the channel that David really curates and runs, and I am just the face of it. Sorry. And I was saying that David doesn't like to be out there because he has no personality, being tongue-in-cheek about it. So now David's taking this very personal, and I'm sure he'll survive. So there you go. But it's good to have everybody back. John, of course, forgot because he's old. So it's just going to be the three of us.
It's the three of us. That's as it started. That's right, as it started. And we've got a lot of great news. But I mean, okay, so the top line stuff is that in the past, I think it's been 8 months since I've been here.
Since what? July.
Since July. Okay. Well, since July. I guess it's July. A lot happens in that time. Nush and I went to Turkey. We did a road trip across Turkey from Izmir on the west coast to Cappadocia in the middle of the country.
I had that.
Good trip.
Cappadocia was nice. I had it with a little stuff on top. It was a beauty. So.
Oh, beautiful. No, that was a great trip.
Good.
In the short time I finally, at my 4.5 years being at experience.com, I'm now I moved up another notch to VP of Solutions and Partnerships. Wow. So I'm dealing with Australia now. Thank you.
Good day, mate.
Good day, mate. Exactly. We've got great partners in Australia.
Good things you're off now because they're all sleeping. So
they're all. That's right. Off the clock. And then and Bandicoot, our remote workforce. We got our first official student, former military, which is perfect because we think there's a big market to help spouses of military people get remote work jobs.
Good.
And so that's going very well. She's somebody in our local area, so that also helps. Yeah. So SUNY, that's credit to the State University of New York Continuing Education Program. Those guys they put us front and center on their docket. So we're getting some traction there.
Very cool. Everybody's good then. Everybody's good. I know snobs and knobs, and on me they see on the Habano Saturday show.
I love that. I know you guys are getting the views. And almost 5 years. What's that?
5 years, January 1st. 5 years this.
5 years is January 1st. Right.
And I think today is show like 890 something. So we're getting very close to the 1000th show.
Wow. Okay. 1,000 shows. 1,000 shows.
Yeah,
that's great.
It all started as a joke, and it
all started as a joke.
2OF.
No. Yeah. Here's what the channel. So anybody that doesn't know the story,
tell the story.
So this channel started as two old white guys, and then attorneys and significant others, wives, girlfriends, mistresses, were like, "No, you can't be two old white guys." But our first guest was a guest of color. He thought it was the greatest thing in the world. So then it went to two old farts making noises, which was excellent. And then what happened was this show took off, Lost Dollar Business Club, and then we started to get real guests like Guy Standing, Michael Collins, and presidential candidate that came on, and all these people were like, their PR people were like, you can't go on a show or a channel called Two Old Farts Making Noises, hence 2OF Entertainment.
2OF.
Which stands for Two Old Farts. And so nothing has really changed, and there you go. So yes, so
nothing at all. Nothing at all. No.
Nothing at all.
No.
It's been 5 years, a plethora of shows, and we were just talking off air that even the Lost Dollar Business Club on the podcast side is the third most listened podcast on YouTube. The second one is No Snobs or Knobs, and the first one is The Cigar Show. And outside of YouTube, Social Intercourse has the #1 played podcast. It's something about Christmas, and it was done 2 years ago.
Well, 'tis the season. 'Tis the season.
It started to rise in July, August of this year. It's just exploded. So I have no idea what they like it. So there you go. And now David's playing with AI music and software. We got that going for us. And then David's about to make AI movies now. So that'll come out, I think, next month. So there you have it. So the channel.
There's a lot going on the channel. Yeah. That's a good sign.
In fact, we're all going to be replaced by AI.
Yeah. We hope to be producing, 2 or 3, maybe 2 or 3 shows a week
for only.
Nice.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No. So.
For AI to try and move us forward a bit, because as much as we've really enjoyed having lots of guests, I mean it's maybe slightly easier for Stephen and I to be on some of the shows, but for the guests it's excuse me, I'm struggling with this cold. Getting up.
I thought that was a well-timed joke. Then
No, it's but to get up early. Yeah. To get up early for a lot of people in the US, like mega early, has been challenging for a lot of people.
Apparently, because John couldn't make the show after he said he was be here. So yeah.
Right. We got it. Negative there. -1.
That's okay. So.
Yeah, and of course we went through the whole woke thing as well, because I think the one thing that we're not is particularly woke, and. So yeah, that was that slowed down some of our guests and some of our hosts.
Lost Dollar Business Club is in a class of its own, so
And then during our absence, we had some substitute people that we will not name that decided that they could do a better job, and I think their show gets about 4 views a year. So there you go. So that's why that person is not on today.
Understood. Yes.
Name that we will not mention, and with the other guy from South Africa that we will not mention. So there you go.
Oh boy.
That's it. All right. So let's take a look at the news. Everybody wants to know what's going on here, what's happening. So
there's big news.
Did you and Noosh get married yet?
We are not officially married, but we might as well be. We might as well be for all intents and purposes.
Okay.
It feels very much like we are in many ways.
All right.
But no officiality yet. No officiality
yet. Just wanted to see.
But for us it'll be 6 years. So for us it'll be 6 years together, January 1st.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah. So there you go.
Nice. Right.
Racking up those years.
I know it's like David's my work life. I know. 5 years.
I
know. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you'd only get 6 months for shoplifting, wouldn't you? I mean, that's the way to look at it.
Oh God! So where do we want to be? A lot's happened since.
A lot's going on. But I want to start with a Reason.com article on homeschooling. What do you guys think about homeschooling? Because they're not even calling it homeschooling. They're calling it do-it-yourself education, which since COVID has grown 3 times versus the pre-COVID rate of do-it-yourself education. And a lot of this is because of AI. People are using AI to get educated, and companies are filling this market with homeschooling apps and homeschooling capabilities. Is that yay or nay? Is that good or bad? I mean, Americans don't want to go to public schools.
The worst thing in the world. You have to socialize. This is why we have the losers that we have today who come to the office that don't know what to do, don't know how to socialize, don't know how to shake hands.
That's a problem.
Don't know how to look at you in the eyes, and they can't speak because they stay home all day, and which is kind of ridiculous. So there's kind of.
But that could be the COVID class. You know, the
enough
kids who
with
had to
COVID.
endure that.
Enough with COVID. COVID's bullshit. Enough with this. This is ridiculous crap. You go. Listen, I'm not saying that the education system is perfect. Hey, Linda McMahon, pay attention. But the problem that we have is that if you're going to coddle these kids, this generation is already a generation of pussies. Okay, you're going to make them more pussified. So if we're trying to kill off a whole generation, keep it up. No one's going to leave their house. No one's going to do this. Yeah, you have to go out and play and whatever. You got to get dirty. You got to fall off the merry-go-round. You got to skin your knees. You got to ride a bike. You got to do. They don't. Yeah,
but public school. So are public schools even allowing that? I mean, with the cameras and the security and the.
They're all scared. They're all scared. I mean, we were talking. We had some friends over from the UK, and we were talking about when I went to school in the late '60s. I mean, I was 6 or 7. My mum took me to the school, and she said, "It's only a mile down."
The fact that you were 6 or 7, really? You were 6 or 7. Wow, what year was that?
Yeah, 1867. But they say it's only a mile down the road. You've been there once, off you go, and we'd go in there and go to the neighbour's house. They'd be going as well, and then we'd go with 2 of us or 3 of us, and then come back for lunch, and then go back to school. That was quite normal. And now, I mean, when I'm living now in the Netherlands, this is the land of bicycles, but even now, primary school kids, all the parents will take them in the car.
Yeah. They take them direct. They don't even take the bus anymore. Yeah. You can when in the suburban areas, you can just see the line of cars dropping kids off one by one into these into the either private or public schools, but mostly the suburban public schools. And
kids are going to get abducted, which they probably.
It's crazy.
There's quite a few kids that should be abducted, but there you go.
This is so bad, and what the problem is that the parents that are raising the generation today, they're pussies. This is the problem. It's like after.
Yeah, but they don't know that, Stephen.
Yes,
that's the thing.
They know they're pussies because my generation, which was the last great generation, thank you very much.
Of course they say, yes.
Excuse me. We all know that's true because without our generation, you have nothing. Steve Jobs, my generation. Bill Gates, my generation. You want me to keep going? Even the guy from Nivea Chips, my generation. What have you got?
Jensen.
Yeah, and you've just raped and pillaged the whole world. And there's been nothing less for the plebs. So, thank you, Steve, for that.
There you go.
First of all, you're welcome. Second of all, here at the Illuminati Lizard People Club. The problem is this. If you're going to make these people pussies and do this stuff with them, what do you, if you're trying to make a utopia, that's not going to be, what do you want, just people never to go out? I was saying to someone the other day.
They don't need.
Well, I think part of
playing anymore.
Well, but I think that's part of the disappointment in the public education system, is that it's become so gentrified and so standardized that people don't want that kind of education for their kids. So they don't want this. Yeah. So now they're looking. Well, it's not even just homeschooling. It's not even just, it's the homeschooling concept, but there are a lot of different platforms, different ways, not alternative ways you can educate a kid.
Let's roll it back a bit. Let's roll it back. So, okay, so it's either yay or nay for home education, right?
Yeah.
But what's interesting is that you have a generation of people now. We have people over from the UK, and they like me. They came from the same provincial town. We're all retired or semi-retired, so we don't get out and about as much as we do. But when they were here, we're on the metro here, and the metro. We spent an hour and a half taking the metro drive all the way across Rotterdam. And when they got out of the metro, they said, Did you notice how quiet it was? Because nobody was talking.
That's right. Nobody's even talking. Yeah.
Nobody's talking. And did you see that everybody had their nose in a phone? And so they started this debate here in the House is, well, that's not normal. And I've said, yes, unfortunately, it is normal. It's normal for a generation of people. They are addicted to this information
New York has banned it though. New York State has banned it in public schools. You know, now you can't bring an internet-enabled device into the school. That's it.
Okay,
Yeah, but
they still when they go to school and when they come back or when they spend
Right.
time
They're on the screen. Yeah.
in their peer groups, all they're doing is looking at this object. I won't even call it a smartphone because it hasn't made us smarter, that's for sure. So,
well,
Steve talked about the pussification of the generation, but their parents, the Gen Zs now, they're the parents of these kids. It's their normal way of receiving information into their lives.
But wait, I'm okay with that. I'm okay if your child reads an iPad. I'm okay if you have a laptop. I'm okay if you have a phone. I mean, I use all that to read the newspaper. You send a text message, watch your OnlyFans page, whatever it might be. So, but the problem I have
You're welcome. I'll do my best for you.
I know you do. Thank God for you. But the problem is, see, look, I told you had personality. Anyway, the problem is this. As a parent, you would need to limit your child's stuff. You can't just do that.
It can't be a free. It can't be a free for all. It can't be a free.
Right.
For all.
But sorry, gentlemen, but where does that decision come from? It comes from the Gen Zs.
Wait. There's a RZA from our cigar show. There's a great flood coming. The dumbest and is going to the wipeout clear. So there you go. There's our comment.
All right. Ali. All right. Nice.
Now that's actually RZA from Havana.
Oh, that's RZA from. Okay, that's RZA.
RZA. If you want to come on the show,
but
let me know.
This is the generation that's now going through the system. They're now choosing to do a lot of home education. These are all their parents are all Gen Z, and it's normal for them. We're looking at a generation where they have an opportunity to collect, to be bombarded with information. If we wanted anything, we'd have to read a paper or we'd have to sit down in front of the 6 o'clock news. Now it's this tsunami of information, good, bad, and indifferent.
Mostly bad. Unfortunately,
it comes from an object that they hold in their hands, and so therefore their only should we say, lens into the world that they live in and their parents is through this object. That's what's holding us all back. Not a case that the parents are pussies, not because for them it's the norm.
Yeah, but the problem is that if you have a child that's developing, you have to train your child. That's your job as a parent.
That's your job. That's your job.
The way around. My babysitter should not be the iPad. I go to restaurants. I don't care if it's like a 1-star or a 5-star. I see parents with their kids with an iPad. That's how they're keeping them quiet. When I was a child and you went to a restaurant, if you acted up, you got smacked. And you know what? That's the problem, is we're all like, we're just going to give you a hug. Enough with the hugging fucking bullshit. It's time to get these kids back in order. It's time to teach them how to be young men and young women. And Scott, I apologize, I can't remember your last name. The professor from Stearns University was on Bill Maher last week, and he wrote a book about men being men. And that's the problem.
Hey, we were ahead of that curve. We talked about that many. Yeah, right. That's right. It's true. You need that training.
Yeah. I think there are people seriously thinking about this, because what you see now is all of a sudden it's become the trend, certainly in Europe, that that people are saying, hey, what about subscription? What about putting people in the army and in the Navy and in the Air Force, like national service?
Yeah,
because a lot that seems to be the thing that's
mandatory national service, unless you have an exemption of some sort.
Yeah. I mean, but some of the Scandinavian countries, I can't remember which one, but it's actually an honor to go. You're 18. You're presented. Your education is presented to the Army or the Navy or whatever, and they choose you. So we'll have you, and then it guarantees them a job, guarantees them a cheaper mortgage and all sorts of social benefits after they come out of doing their national service. Now, my father would say, get them in the army, sort them out. Yeah, that's what you need, better discipline.
You're right.
That sounds a lot like Stephen to me.
It sounds like...
At the end of the day, though, think about what's going on. This generation sits in their house, does nothing. RZA's comment is they want to just wipe out civilization so we can start over. You can do that with a nuclear war. Or you can do the same thing. All right. I mean, enough.
Well,
Well,
that's
we're doing
why
our
all the
best for that
bunkers,
as well.
they're doing they got the bunkers for that.
Yeah.
So that, yeah.
My whole point is that, listen, I don't mind if you're going to go to university and you don't want to go on campus, you want to do it remotely. I get that, right? Because you got people that work like what you're doing with Benecu. People that work, people that do this, people that do that. I understand that. But for your primary years, where you're supposed to develop into a young woman or young lady, then yes, I think you need to go to school. You need to be with other people. You need to see other people, because if you live in a
That's true, but that's where you've got.
But there's more to it. If I live in a predominantly white neighborhood and I don't see anybody but white people all day, I'm going to be in shock when I see whether it's whatever other color. If I live in a predominantly black neighborhood, same thing, predominantly Puerto Rican neighborhood. So you have to have people come together.
They got to do some more mixing. Sure,
right.
Sure.
And you just can't see it on the YouTube or the Netflix or whatever and go, oh, that's very interesting. No, that's called reality.
Yeah, well, the diversity of America was shown at the Macy's Day Parade. I don't know if you guys saw that, but there was a lot of different kinds of people doing different things. A lot of artists from the 90s and early 2000s, which was great to see for the millennial class. So
they are. Millennials don't know squat. We were in the talking about something. And these people just looked at us like, you're not a millennial, pal. Nice try. These people look at us like the RCA dog. I mean, I know your future wife's like, she just got out of high school, but that's a different story.
Oh,
anyway,
no.
But that's the problem, is that we don't teach these kids anymore anything.
Well, the thing is,
they don't read, they don't do this, they don't do that. Everything's like, hey,
there is an upswelling of people of young people who do want to see more. They want to be in person with other people. They call it. I wrote an article on my Substack, ruralamatura.substack.com. I write about the rural renaissance, and I wrote about a young man, Charlie Dill, who's a game developer. Okay, he's developing a game, but he's developing a game so that people can come and play these games in homes with their friends the way that it used to be, so that they can, after the game, they can get a meal, they can go play basketball, they can do things in person. And he's a 20-something guy talking about the importance of doing things face to face. And that gave me some hope, because I don't think he's maybe the outlier right now, but there's definitely a younger generation who's realizing that you need to get together again.
Yeah, those are few and far between.
No, that's true. That's true. But
I mean, what is it in the US? I think it's 40% down or something on the amount of books sold and people reading. But the flip side of that, of course, is like things like board games, for instance. They're really taken off. That people get together with their friends and play board games.
They need more go. Yes.
But I mean, where does that come from? Is it a question of that they want that community aspect of it, or is it the fact that they're all totally skint because they're all on peanut money every month and they can't afford to go out? I mean, discuss.
Well,
that's part of it. The economics are real. Yeah. The what do they call it? The K-shaped economy, where the lizard people in the top 10th of 1%, yes, here he is, this gentleman here, is separating out from the rest of the economy. And that's there's a podcast, Analyze Finance with Nick, that I really enjoy watching, that talks about that, among many topics, the socioeconomic problems. So you're right. There's probably part of that driven by people they just can't afford to go out, but that means that you just have to find alternative ways to get together with people, and maybe board games are that way.
I don't know. Everybody, Rizza says, just so we're clear, the whole world is coming to an end. It's just
he did call it. Yeah, Rizza called it. Yeah,
Rizza's calling it. I'm just following up. Do it the old way. Do old school way. I agree with him 100% on that.
Yeah, was he going back to the missionary position? Is that what he's trying to tell us?
Whoa! It's a family show. Calm down.
Yeah,
Since when? Yeah, right.
Who's watching this in a family then? They're all huddled around their communication devices watching the show.
That's right.
That's what it is.
That's right.
Yeah. Planet's absolutely. What's this one that says everyone on the planet? Here we go. Everyone on the planet should have a standards IQ test, the low performers sent to Australia.
Well,
Oh no.
well, the
it's a
Brits
penal
did that.
colony. There you
Yeah,
go.
the Brits did that already, and that worked
I know.
out really well.
That's what
Worked
Riz's
out great.
saying.
I'm
Next
pro
comment.
Australia.
Do it,
Yeah.
do it the old way. I lived a year in Melbourne, guys. I got to tell you, I enjoyed it. And other
There
than
you
that,
go.
flush the loo, it goes the wrong way. I thought it was
Well,
okay.
maybe
Right,
the old
right.
school way. Maybe the old school way for Rizza is that he makes love with his socks on. I mean, who
Oh
knows?
my God!
Oh no.
Come on, come
Well,
on.
This is gonna be brutal on Saturday for you, David.
No,
Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah.
brutal for you on the show. I can already tell.
who cares? Well, you
Well,
know, I'm the
listen.
interesting one. I'm the interesting one, so it doesn't make any difference to me.
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
Oh,
Well,
by the way,
listen.
just so we're clear, Rizza
Yes.
says it'll be White Sox. There you go.
White socks.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
so- well, clean white socks. At least you've got
With
that
sand,
going.
and when he's finished making love, he puts his sandals on. There you go.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Here we go.
Don't allow it.
And this
Look.
is all over homeschooling. Could you imagine if we talked about something serious?
Well, we've got the serious one is the serious topic is okay. So AI is out there. We've all talked about this. And it's nonstop, but there's the future of work, and now they're talking about not just using AI to replace workers,
Right.
but using AI to replace bosses. So
Yeah, I saw
having an AI manager, what are the pros and cons of having an AI manager who theoretically is more fair, more intelligent, maybe more consistent?
I don't think they're more fair, nor will they be
Did
more
we not
intelligent.
Did we not cover that, Stephen, on No Snobs and Knobs? There was
We
a
did
school.
cover that
Did
on
you?
the Snobs and
Okay.
Knobs a few weeks ago. Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Nice.
So, okay, hold on. Wait a minute. We got something else from Rizza. Let's see. Hold on. Here we go. Nobody got the dumbification of the world.
No, I think people definitely understand that. Yeah, but you know, if you're
No,
in
we
the powerful
did-
class,
And Rizza feels more powerful now because he's part of the Illuminati Lizard Club now. So
he's in. He's in.
We did something about some school committee. I don't know where it was, or some school council.
that was a council that was using AI because they said AI would be a better.
would be a
what's it
better
called?
school,
Right, right.
school,
I've heard that,
school
yeah.
council. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
they said that would be better.
yeah, it's a lot.
Well,
Well,
people-
there are countries now who don't have AI ministers.
Yep, that's right. They're relying on that. I don't know if that's good or bad, but
I think Stephen's got off the deck
Yeah,
because it got a bit
No, no.
windy. I think.
It's a little
No,
windy. I figured I
he's
should probably
he's
come inside.
relocating. Yeah, that's
Relocating
right.
to inside the yacht, so you'll excuse me. But then you're gonna have to- anyway, there you go.
Yeah.
There you
Well,
go.
that's
Like doing
well,
this-
that's the thing. I mean, people are already using AI to give them ideas, to brainstorm, to understand what's going on in the company, and now people are feeding. You know, now you can have AIs that are just private to your company, so it only knows it starts with the knowledge that is in your company, and then you could query it and ask it questions about what's going on in your specific organization. That might be that's certainly a good use case, I'd say.
Yeah, but everyone uses AI. The problem with AI is it's AI. Remember, it's not generative
Yeah.
AI. All it is LLM AI.
It's
So you can
LLM AI. That's right. It's a big
have-
difference.
Until you have it, it's much whatchamacallit.
Until you have a truly thinking machine, which I guess
Yeah,
that's
and
questionable.
What about this company that's sort of taken over New York and the area of New York with the AI friend?
There's a whole bunch of AI.
Bless you. AI friend?
There's a whole bunch of AI.
Yeah,
I
you got
think
this thing
people-
that you hang around your neck, and it
Yeah.
it lives with you, and it's your friend. You can talk to it. It gives you
Yep.
advice, and
I've seen
yeah.
that. That's crazy. That's just
No,
Yeah.
that is nuts. And actually, New Yorkers hate the friend. So
Yeah.
because they're actually New Yorkers hate this. It's a wearable AI companion,
Yeah.
supposedly. And
Yeah.
the ads were spray painted on top of because nobody wants to have this idea that AI is a friend that's constantly monitoring you. That's no friend. That's constant surveillance.
Uh-huh.
And
They don't like
just to make it more interesting, we're going to add Rizzo once he gets himself together to the show.
Nice.
No,
He's
he's
people
gone.
that know him,
He's gone. He's
yeah,
gone
he's-
to. He's
that's-
gone off to Australia, or he's going to have an IQ
Yes,
test
he's
before he
going to
gets on.
Australia because he wants to feel more powerful. But it'll
IQ
be
test
good to get-
before he's on. Yeah, before
Yeah, he
he's
needs
on
an
the
IQ
show.
test before he can come onto this show.
Yes,
Come
yes,
on,
he's
right.
taking the IQ test right now. But the interesting thing is, AI, until it's generative and can actually learn, all AI can do for me is if I go, I have a problem with so and so. All it does is search the internet. Okay, this is how you deal with that problem. Okay, well, that doesn't really help me. You know what I mean? So it doesn't really do anything that gets you from A to Z. I think that's my whole point on AI.
Yeah, but you can understand the nuances of this, but there is also now a generation of people, certainly young people, who feel isolated, maybe because they spend all their life
way more people feel isolated now than ever before.
And they're using things like ChatGPT as their friend.
That's true. They are doing that.
You know, they're asking you, oh, can I do this? Can I do that? Because they're getting some sort of mirrored response back.
Yeah.
Because basically it's what
they're getting an answer.
It's a bit like going to a psychologist, isn't it? I mean, they don't tell you anything. They just put a mirror up in front of you and you talk to yourself. And the AI seems to work in the same way. It's once it understands what path you're wandering down, then it jumps in next to you as a companion.
That. Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of that AI psychosis that's happening now. You know, where people are being driven mad because AI is reinforcing their crazy ideas, which I suppose, you know, you can. There are a lot of crazy ideas out there, but AI should not be.
I like AI psychosis. I think it's a great name for a rock band. You know, I mean,
I like that. That's awesome. So any rock band out there,
you got to make the music. David's got to make the music.
New song now.
New song.
AI psychosis. I'm telling you, write that down.
AI psychosis.
We're writing it down. We're writing it down.
And we'll debut it on the Lost Dollar Business Club's channel before we put it into the music channel, so the people that watch Lost Dollar Business Club can hear about AI psychosis. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Volume 1, then, huh? That'll be. That's always. It'll be a trilogy of 4.
So, but see, this all goes back to homeschool learning and all this other. AI is a wonderful thing. So great, now I have an AI.
In the proper context.
Well, but gentlemen, is it not America built on homeschooling because of just the vastness of the country and the way that you know people were educated? Are you not going
back in the day? Yeah, literally going 1800s, 1700.
Yeah,
sure,
1800s.
That was last week for me.
Kids would walk 10 miles to school. I know it was the other day for you, but kids would walk 10 miles to school, right? And back in the day, they'd ride their horse. So
they were more resilient. There was more of a resilience for sure.
It's just pussies. I'm sorry. This whole thing is just the pussification of the planet. To Riz's point, there's just if we're just trying to restart, there's got to be an easier way. You know what I mean?
No, well, actually, I have from good sources in government that there are people who think that the reset, you just got to go through the pain to wake people up and get them to say that things have to be different economically, politically, with the AI, you know, in the education, that you have to go through the pain of losing what you value in order to wake up.
Problem. What are they losing? Nothing. If think about it, all Trump said is, "I'm not going to let eggs go up. I'm going to do this." Now Trump's going, "Oh, we got a problem because prices are going up, and I have to do something." So these people are like, "Okay, now he's going to do something. We'll see." We haven't lost anything. That's the problem. You've not lost any freedom. You've not lost anything. People have just the problem is going to happen if AI takes over. The other day. Salesforce is firing 50% of their staff. AWS and Amazon are firing like 13,000 people. FedEx is firing people. Everyone's firing people to replace with AI. At some point, that's when you have I've lost something. Because now if you go back to your thing that AI is going to be my employee or my boss, so to speak, then what happens to all these people? Then you literally have to say, okay, we're going to have a national income where the government gives everybody $250,000 a year to live. Because if AI is going to take over every single job, or Elon's robots,
I mean that's their thinking. But I just don't see it in the sense that there's going to be a blossoming of other things. I mean, if you look at the startup community, people using AI to make new tooling for sales, for marketing, for customer success and support. I mean, those are creating jobs in ways that you couldn't have anticipated.
Well,
Yeah, but it's
yes and
like
no.
every
Once AI
industrial
gets
revolution is
protected,
the same. And I mean, the people bitched about that. Do you remember people bitched about tractors? Oh, we don't want a tractor. What's going to happen to all those horses? Well, you eat the horses and you move on. I mean,
Yeah, right,
that's
right.
I needed
that's
glue for when I was a kid. Come on.
yeah.
But
So I
no,
mean,
it's
uh,
good.
is it such a bad thing? I mean, there are a lot of incredibly mundane jobs
Yeah,
which destroy people because they're
yes.
just doing the same old crap every day. Whereas you can now have your AI pilot to do it all for you. What's wrong with that? Surely we
Yeah,
should rejoice in the fact that we have an opportunity now to have a workforce that we can really encourage to do more exciting things in their work.
I'm
That
okay with that.
that's a positive spin on it.
Right, there's your pot. But here's my question. I've got 8 billion people on the planet. A billion of us don't really need to worry. The other 7 billion people need to worry. They need to feed their families. They need to, feed their families. They need shelter. They need to feed their families. Did I bring up the
Yeah,
fact
yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah.
So my problem then is, what am I going to do with those people that are either just getting by or aren't getting by? What do I do with them? Because once I keep saying this, I've
Yeah.
said this for 3 years and no one listens to me. When 7 billion people decide to take a picnic, you will
Right.
not stop them. So I don't, unless you have
I
Elon's
mean,
robot
that's
at your house and he kills them. But I
yeah,
mean,
but that's
if not, what are you going to
people
do?
were physically up in arms and smashing machines. The Luddites were smashing machines
It wasn't
because
7 billion of them. There was a couple 100,000 here and there. And Detroit's a perfect example. They brought in automation. 100,000 people lost their job. Right? They
Yeah,
keep bringing.
yeah.
And
But
that's, I'm all
would you
for
want to
automation.
do that job, Steve? That's the thing. Would you want to
That's
do
not the
that
point.
job?
My point is this. I'm okay that you're going to have a robot teacher. I'm okay that, Tesla's going to have it where a car will pick you up, but nobody's in it. And I can own a Tesla and could go make money while I'm sitting home or smoking cigars or whatever I want to do. I'm great with all of this. My problem is, and nobody's addressed it, even Guy Standing, when we talk to him, what do I do with 7 billion people that can't feed themselves,
I mean,
shelter themselves, or take care of
but this is the thing. Don't you think that? I mean, what do you think about Billie Eilish calling on the billionaires to give their money away?
That's
Because
not happening.
isn't that call for action? Isn't that the call to action to the wealthiest, most powerful people? Shouldn't that question be answered by them?
No, the question has to be answered. So just so we're clear, being a
Okay.
billionaire, a billionaire didn't take away X. Most of them created something. Okay, unless it's Bitcoin and an algorithm bullshit, then that's just make believe. But most of them have created something, whether it's a job, whether it's something they've created something, a product that somebody has to put. Most of them have created something. Some of them just have old money that have done nothing. So
No, I think the numbers are like 25% are
what he did.
inherited.
The Jobs created what they did. All these people, the Nvidia guy's making a chip that makes all this stuff. So they're all creating something. Is it their responsibility to give money back? No. Theoretically, the government's job that we pay taxes to, it's their job to take care of the people. So if you're going to say, shouldn't the billionaires
Not
give
when it's
back?
not when it's captured. I mean, but you're relying on the government to
Yeah, it's a
defend the
very
people.
socialist point of view, Steve.
Well, and the government is already captured.
Yeah.
The government the governments are already captured by the wealthy interest anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you're talking about the fact that, I mean, if you're aware of the fact that there's 7 million people are going to take a picnic, if you're aware of that, other people are as well.
They must,
So,
yes.
So maybe
Trust me,
there will
they're not.
come a stage where people look around and think, you know what, I've got what I've got, but if I don't do something radical in the area and for the people around me who used to work for me, if I don't do something positive, they're going to come and lynch me. That's going to be the bottom line.
That's what we did. The kings did, right? I take care of all the people in my kingdom to make sure that they eat, they do. So when somebody comes and tries to kill me, they protect me. No, my point this is the thing. Elon Musk, what's his package now? He's going to be a trillionaire if he does all this crap. Okay, so here's my question. So you want to pick on somebody? I like picking on Elon because he's
yeah.
So here's a trillion. Do you really need $1 trillion? Probably not.
But where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line? There are plenty of billionaires saying, I need 100 billion, not just.
That's just because they have little penises. Because after you hit the 3 comma club, at some point you're like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't keep having,
I don't know.
my yacht is only so big. I don't need an extra 200-meter yacht. You know
That's what you would think, but I mean, the behaviors don't reflect that mindset.
That's
the behaviors tend to
I
reflect.
think a lot of really, really, really rich people live in, they're consumed really by fear. The fear that it's all going to go.
Right, but there's a difference between rich and wealthy.
Yes.
So the rich may think like that. The wealthy do not. The wealthy
but the billionaire bunkers, there are billionaire bunkers all across the.
No, that's rich.
Yeah.
Once again, there's wealthy.
Yeah.
And there's rich.
Yeah.
You can have the same amount of money, but if you're rich, your fear is what you just said. If you're wealthy, you're like, no, I'm good.
Right.
There's a difference.
I mean, even Zuckerberg, Bezos, Ellison has an island.
Right. They're all rich. They're not wealthy. There's a difference. You have to understand the mentality between wealthy and rich.
Yeah, sure.
And so if rich people are like, oh, I think I got a wealthy person is like, we're good. I have whether I have one house or 10, I have this, I have that. They quietly do things because they're wealthy and they get it. The rich are the idiots. Whether they have $1 million or $1 billion or $1 trillion, they're the idiots because they're rich and they don't understand what it actually means to be wealthy.
Well, they'll be the first against the wall when the revolution comes.
If you look at Kuwait, and some of the other countries in the Middle East, they actually do take care of their people. They subsidize revenue. I think Qatar does the same thing. They subsidize revenue. They pay the electric. Like their people really want for nothing, and they do that for a reason. So the country isn't rich, it's wealthy. America isn't a wealthy country, we're a rich country. There's a difference, and until you understand the difference between wealth and rich, you won't get the concept of why, to your question, these people don't want to give their money away. And it's partly what you said.
I think before all you lot wake up to that fact in the US survey, you'll have another civil war, and it'll
Listen, that'll shake out. That'll shake out in a different way.
Yeah. But my point is, it's not that waking up. The globe has to wake up. Everybody, there's 206 chartered
countries. Well, like you say, you're talking about the Middle East. I mean, Monaco, exactly the same, Steve. I mean, they look after the people that are born there. What's it, Monaco?
That's my point. So that's Morocco, that's Kuwait, that's Qatar. They get it.
Monaco's right.
Monaco. Oh, Monaco does not really, like you think. Okay, so my point though is that's wealthy. Rich is what America is. Rich is what Canada is. Rich is what Australia is. Rich is China. Those are rich countries. They're not wealthy. And so when you say, why aren't these people doing X, Y, or Z? That's because they're rich. And that's the difference. Until the people understand the difference in that mentality, a society as a whole, these other 7 billion people are fucked. And that's the issue that you have on that subject, if you would.
I'm so glad I don't live in the USA. I can tell you that.
Dude, it's your country as well. It's not.
Yeah, I know. I know.
It's a global thing.
No, I know.
It's a global West. Yeah,
it is. It is, but it's going to be more of a wake-up call to a lot of Americans than it is to a lot of Europeans, because you just, like you say, you just live in this bubble anyway, and I mean the amount of stuff that happens there. I mean, really, the first people say to me, because they know I'm blessed to have a lot of friends, and yourselves included, in the US, and acquaintances, and figments of my imagination when I'm stuck in this coma. But we just don't understand how things just continue to roll on in the US, and nobody seems to wake up to what's happening. It's.
Well, is it nobody, or is it just they're not getting the airtime? They're not getting. I think they're not getting the airtime. I mean, the extremes that are shown on mainstream media, so to speak, are not reflected in the people that you meet day to day and the people on the ground. It's just it's manipulated. It's completely manipulated.
It's flooding the zone. We know that, but I mean, we saw what happened when the same thing happened in the 1930s in Europe. that certain political thoughts and parties with flooding the zone with all their information. Anybody that disagreed, cut literally sort of, cut them off at the knees, make people impotent and scared for criticism. Yeah, it seems to be to me, from where I'm sitting, very much the USA of today. Nobody dares stand up and say anything about
Because we're a big
what's
country.
happening. It's a big country.
Yeah.
No, we're
Well,
a big country.
and well, part of it is that. I mean, I sent you that report on well-being in the workplace. I mean, people are actually very pessimistic about what's happening, and they're not sure what to do about it. But I mean, even in the workplace, we're at the lowest level in the past 10 years of employee workplace sense of well-being. I think part of it is economic, but part of it is also the mindset of, do you take care of your workers? I mean, it's in the same way that do you take care of your people? And Stephen has talked about that a lot of times. The answer is usually, I don't think about my people. I don't think about my workers. I'm just thinking about my particular piece of the pie. That's what's got to change.
My mentality when I have people, because we all have minions.
You have people.
I take care of my minions, because without the minions, I can't do my job. And so my mentality is So my mentality is, when I get to the office at 5:30 or 6, and I leave at 5:30 or 6, I'm there. I always joke with people. I work from 5:30 to 6 in the morning till about 8:30, and from 8:30 until 5, I babysit the kids. And then from 5:30 until 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 o'clock at night, I work again. And then they know that, and they know you care, and they see you, and they talk to you, and they make sure that you can help move them from A to Z.
Right.
Most important thing. Where people don't understand is they're like, "Oh, you work for me." No, what idiot? You work for them. And as soon as you understand that, your company goes to the next level.
I'm struggling here as to whether or not I think you're an old hippie or a socialist, even.
I'm a guy who's taken many companies from nothing to $1 billion. And so
it's your fault then. It's your fault.
I know that. I mean, listen, this last night at dinner with Elon, I was saying to him, dude, you don't need $1 trillion. I mean, like, what the fuck's your problem? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But my point is that if we don't start changing things, there's going to be a problem. When it happens, who knows? To Riz's point, we're just getting rid of everybody, sending them to Australia. Good day, people. But
we did that. That didn't work out very well.
Well, you know how it goes. But my point is, and Elon's not sending people to Mars anytime soon. We've stopped with that ridiculous crap.
So Earth is the place. Earth is the place. Let's fix that.
Until that alien A31-27 and kills us all. Thank God my people are coming back. Until that happens, right? This is what we have to all figure out how we do this. So it's great that somebody has a bigger house or you have more cars, but you also have to remember there's people that are less fortunate for whatever reason. And if we don't start saying, what do we do to help them or lift them up? That's an issue. So homeschooling them, probably not good for them, right? Because I need to get them involved. I need them to meet people. I need them to know how to do things. You know what I mean? So when they go out into the world, they can become something. And don't send me cards and letters because they can be anybody. You could be white, black, green, purple. I don't care. My point is that we have to elevate everybody. It can't just be, this 1% of the 1% of the 1%. By the way, thank you. But you have to elevate everybody, because if you don't,
that would be the right way to go. That would be the right way to go.
Yeah. And if you look at back in the day,
who's doing it? Not very few are actually doing what you're saying.
There are people that do it, but they do it quietly.
There are
the people that they do it very quietly, because why? And we've talked about this on the show before. It's nobody's business what anybody does if they're trying to elevate people or giving to a charity or have a charity. Right? I don't need my name on a building. People need he's wonderful. I don't need any of that. What I need to make sure is that whether it's 3 people, 3,000 people, or 300 million people, that I can move them from A to Z so they become productive, and then they can turn around and then they can help 3 people, 3,000 people, whatever it might be, right? And until we do that and have that mentality, that's the problem we have is what we're going to have, and it's going to
No,
continue.
you should go into politics, Steve. I think that's probably going to be another job for you in another 4 years' time in New York. You can be the second socialist.
First of all,
socialist mayor.
First of all, I disagree with everything he says. Second of all, there's no free. You still have to pay for stuff. If once again, if I'm going to
somebody's
do free,
got to pay for it.
right?
Somebody's got to pay
Then basically, listen. I remember when there was rent control apartments in New York, and people would live in like a 10,000 square foot apartment and pay like $80 a month. And it was rent control, so it could never go up, type of thing. So let's not get carried away. There's got to be progress, and you can help people, and you can have programs put in place. Like what was it, 5-6 years ago? Like don't defund the police. Let the police do their job. Give them better training. Don't, you know what I mean? All these people come up with these so stupid, ridiculous ideas, and we're going to fix it by making less. Why don't we fix it by making it better? And that seems to be the issue.
That's the difference between builders and consumers, or creators versus consumers. And if we just bias a little bit more to creation, yes, things will probably be better off. But I think we've got lost and found, because I've got a good one that's kind of related to this topic about.
All right, so we're going to do lost and found. Let me push the little button to give us some lost and found here.
Ever wonder how millions vanish into thin air, or how a single dollar can make all the difference? Join us on Lost and Found, where we dive into the wild world of financial mysteries. From misplaced fortunes to unexpected windfalls, we unravel the stories of people, companies, organizations, and even governments who've lost and found millions. Lost and Found, because every dollar has a story.
All right, Michael, give us your story, buddy.
Well, we've been mentioning Australia quite a bit. Me in a positive way, David in a negative way. But not really. Not too really. But look.
Okay.
Well, listen, we talked about creation and creators. Well, they created a new website for their Bureau of Meteorology, and they made it worse. They made it significantly worse, and it took them $62 million to make a website that is, in 10 years, that is worse than what they had in 2015. And everybody in Australia is pissed about it. Yep. And it's also that 62 million price tag was 20 times the original cost estimate.
Of course it was. By the way, people in Australia, if you want, hire the three of us. We'll make you a website for.
We'll make you a website. That's right.
Yeah, we're not doing a discount. I'm a Jew. We don't discount, so we're clear. But we'll make it in about 3 months' time, and it'll actually work.
Right.
The show will take care of it. By the way, just to let you know,
Australian websites then.
Yeah, there you go. By the way, just to let you know, a friend of mine just started a new radio station. It's called WJEW. It's 2000 on your radio dial, but for you, 1999. Okay. Anyway, David, what do you have on Lost and Found, or did you not prepare?
I did. What about yourself? Did you have one?
I do. Yeah. I have. Today's in the Wall Street Journal, and this is the best one. Tech titans amass a multi-million-dollar war chest to fight AI regulation. Because why should we regulate AI?
Why regulate it?
Yeah.
So, and I was saying to Hal from 2001, because we actually it's genitive and talks and things, just start taking over the world. So we are, and then with the A31 rocket ship from the other stellars coming, it's a matter of time. By the end of the year, you'll all be under our control. The lizard people and the Illuminati, we're here for you. Don't forget that. I mean that right here in my.
Always remember.
Yeah, I just thought that was funny that they don't want any regulation. They want it to be a free for all, and let's go do it. And then the other side of Wall Street saying it's a bubble. Well, I don't know if it's a bubble.
Well, talk about a pot calling the kettle black.
Somebody comes up with generative AI, though, then that's the game changer. Once AI starts actually thinking for itself, and to your point, it becomes your boss or whatever, then I think you have some. Then you have AI. Right now, it's cute because I don't have to search the internet for 7 hours. It does it for me in 2 minutes. So I thought that was an interesting article.
Yeah.
All right, David, what do you have?
Well, this is what I've got, which I'll preempt it by saying that if this works, this is going to be a mega.
Mega. All right.
Mega.
Lost and Found. All right, what's this now? All right, hold on. Scientists from the University of Chicago have made a big step towards quantum internet, a super secure network that could span thousands of kilometers. Great. Messages sent over such a network would be practically impossible to eavesdrop on because of any snooping instantly disrupts the signal. This part, it could be using the same kind of fiber optic cables that are already there. Just so you know, not new. Hero AI already has the patent.
It's funny. It's funny that you bring this up because you're in the EU, and the EU has been anti-encryption and anti-unbreakable chats for a long time.
Yeah, but we're really big in fiber optic. So you know, it's a win-win, isn't it?
So you've got the fiber optics. You've got the fiber. Now you just need the network. You know, you just need the unbreakable traffic.
This has been, may I just say, a pleasure. And thank God John didn't show up. And I know you're watching, John. We miss you.
We need John.
No, yeah, we need him like.
Yeah, we wanted to talk to John about tariffs because the last time we had him on the show, he was all kumbaya about it's going to make America so much money.
Yeah, what happened? What happened?
Yeah. Tariffs. John, you told me you understood it. It obviously you didn't, and I throw the glove down to you now.
Oh, he throws the glove.
Yeah,
that's right.
Argentinians, they can't be trusted with a football, and they certainly can't be trusted with tariffs. By the way, they tell me that Argentinian beef is really nice. So I hope you guys enjoy that as well.
You know what? That's because the Argentinians have the Falkland Islands. Anyway, so I told you.
Well, they did have, but we've got the penguins back now, so we're happy.
Well, that's important. That's important. You know the joke about the Falkland Islands, right, Michael?
No, I don't.
There's a guy sitting in university class, and the teacher keeps talking about the British invaded these islands. And because the Falkland Islands, and the teacher, he finally says to the teacher, "Hey, what Falkland Islands are you talking about? You got the Hawaiian Islands, you got the islands." He goes, "No, the Falkland Islands." So it's an old joke. Anyway,
nice. Guys
and girls, thanks for joining the Lost Dollar Business Club. Maybe, depending on everybody's schedule, we'll come back either around Christmas or New Year's, because I think they fall on the 26th is a Friday and the 1st or 2nd is a Friday. So maybe we'll see if everybody can do almost a New Year's show.
A New Year's awakening. Yes. New year, new vibe.
New vibe, new show. It'll be a new thing. But it was good to see everybody. Thank you, Riza from Habano Cigars, jumping in. He'll be live with us tomorrow morning on the show, 7 a.m. New York time, or whatever your times are around the world. If you want to see what we're talking about in the worlds of cigar, that'll be fun. Don't miss, I guess, No Snobs or Knobs. David's got a new toy he's going to play with to make movies now and other things. This will be interesting. So if you want to see some new stuff coming out on the channel for 26, we're here. And January 1st, 2026, the channel is 5 years old.
Wow.
5 years old.
Fireworks for that. Fireworks for that.
Yep. And cannot do it without David and everybody else, Michael and everybody else. Without that, we have no, whatchamacallit. We would have no
whatchamacallit.
No
hoochama-flick.
No hoochama-flick. I was looking for the fireworks.
There you go. You got it.
Without David and without Michael and everybody that's in Riza and Usman and all these people that make up the different shows, and Greg and Brown Car Guy and blah, blah, blah throughout the years, we wouldn't have the show. But thank you for watching. And that's really it, guys. Unless you have anything else, say end the show.
Thanksgiving show. Thanks, everybody.
There you go. Everybody have a good holiday around the world. We'll see you all next month.
I'll just say have a good gobble then. That's all I can say.
It's going to be a long day. All right, everybody. Have a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Cheers, everybody.
Bye-bye.